Hello, so my name's Sue Wilkes. I've lost £66. It was £88, but I'm currently £20 above my goal. Actually, no, I'm not. Get that right, because I've lost £4.5 this week, which is fabulous. Yes, okay. So I run a YouTube channel, which you've probably seen this on, or you might be seeing this in my support group, Sue Wilkes Support. Sue Wilkes Healthy Kitchen Support, which is on Facebook. And if you do, what I'm talking about today, and I'll be doing quite a few of these over the next few months, I'm talking about the binge eat cycle. All right, something that many of us do when we're really gunning for it. We've got that, we've got that determination that we're going to do this. We have a really cracking week. In fact, too cracking in some ways, because we're depriving ourselves too much. And then what we do is we slide away from that and we kind of go into that binge cycle. And then we feel guilty, and then the guilt kicks in, and then we feel dreadful. Yeah, and then we start to diet again. All right, so how do we stop this? What can we do to kind of stop this? Now, I'm a great believer if you recognise that you are within this circle, that is this a circle that's happening within your life, then you're halfway there. If you recognise and you accept you have a problem around this, this is when you can do something about it. So you can make a positive step towards getting that back in control. All right, okay. So what do we do? How do we do it? Well, you know what? Part of it is eating regular meals, isn't it? It's like if you deprive yourself too much, if you go on a diet of lettuce leaves and crisp breads, your body's going to crave certain foods. It's going to want those foods. Your body's a very effective machine. It will know that it wants carbohydrates, and if you cut them out, it's going to be going, oh, do you know what? I feel a bit away with the fairies. What's going on here? You've done it before, haven't you? Cut all the carbs out. What happens? Your brain doesn't work, does it? It's all over the place. Right, okay, so we don't want to get into red zones. We don't want to get so we're too hungry. We don't want to cut all food groups out. All right, like if you cut out all carbs or all fats, it ain't good for you. We need to eat a balance of nutrients to keep our bodies happy. That's where we need to be. So by eating regular nutritious meals with foods that you actually love, you're more likely to kind of break that circle, aren't you? If you get into what I call the red zone, that's the zone where you're absolutely starving hungry, then the likelihood is you're going to eat rubbish. Your body's just, I mean, when you go out for a meal, you've ever done that? You go out for a meal and you starve yourself all day because you want to lose weight. When you get on the scales the following week, you really want to lose that weight. So you starve yourself, you get to the restaurant, you're absolutely Hank Marvin. You're so hungry that you just choose carbs. You go straight for the bread basket, don't you? You do. That's what you do. You order chips with your meal because you're starving. You're absolutely starving. Yeah, okay. So that is part of it, isn't it? So if you're eating a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner, you're having healthy snacks in between, you're halfway there. Also, if you are one of these people that tends to do that binging thing, look for your triggers. What triggers you to do it? What prompts it? What makes you do it? Could it be stress? Could it be an emotional trigger that makes you do it? Or could it be just simply that you're sitting in front of the TV and it's like your partner's having that bag of crisps and that triggers your response to eat that high-fat food? All right, so identify where your triggers are, wherever they may be. And the next thing that you do is you look for alternative trigger situations. So it's like, what I'm saying is if you're one of these people that sits in front of the TV and expects something to eat on a Friday night or when your partner gets there, instead of getting up and getting that low-fat packet of crisps, you could have a low-fat packet of crisps if you really wanted to. Or do you know what? If you're not hungry, don't eat. Go out for a walk. Go find something else to do in the house. Take yourself away from that situation. If it's stress, again, there's things that we can do, and I will be talking about you over the next few weeks and months about how we cope with emotional hunger, because it is a real thing. All right. Change your relationship with food. There is no such thing as good and bad foods. It's food. That's what it is. All right. If you want a bit of chocolate, have a bit of chocolate. Find a way to do it. but don't eat it to excess. If you are a chocoholic, have a bit of chocolate each day. Look forward to it. Plan it into your day so it feels like a treat instead of the guilt. Because a lot of what we do when it comes to this cycle, and I'll put the cycle on there for you so you can have a look, is we feel guilty after we've made those decisions when it comes to foods. So rid yourself of the guilt. There's no such thing as good and bad food. It's only food. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to control those foods and our relationship with those foods. Okay. Stop dieting. You don't want to go on a diet. If you have a look at some of the stuff that I'm eating on here, it's amazing. All right. Don't eat diet foods all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a bit of cottage cheese, me. I like the odd crisp bread, but I also like a pie. And if I can find a way of having a pie and staying in control, I'm going to do it. Okay. And the last thing that I'm going to say to you is, when it comes to this, make yourself a priority. Okay. So start to recognise the fact that you've been doing this cycle, and break it. Find a way of breaking it. Look at those points. Look at those triggers. What's triggering you to have these binges? Okay. Whatever it is, remove yourself from that trigger. Find something else. Start to associate that moment. Take it somewhere else. So remember what I said. It's like if you're watching the TV and your partner's eating something called, there's an advert on the television and you really want to eat whatever it is that it's advertising. Go and do something else. Go and brush your teeth. Don't know. Go for a walk. Phone a friend. Pick up the phone. Might help. All right. So just a little bit of information around that. We will be looking further into this as we go along, but that's my first tips video. Okay, there'll be more of these to come. Please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, if you would. It's dead easy to do. All you do is you press on the subscribe and the little bell thing, which is the like thing, and then you get to notifications when my videos are on there, and hopefully it might help you. It's free, which a lot of it isn't out there today, and it's just me and my journey, but a few tips along the way. I've worked in this industry for a lot of years, so please bear with me and stick with me. Might be able to help. Take care.